Day 2 of the pre-season track session, and intense data gathering was going on up and down the pit lane. Correlation between computer simulations back at base and the cutting-edge aerodynamic packages on track will be key to gaining a performance edge as we head towards the first test of the season. An assortment of huge aero rakes adorned the cars as they emerged into the crisp morning light at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. Ferrari's Carlos Sainz interspersing a flurry of quick laps with some constant speed tours as he got to grips with his new steed, the F1 75.
For sure, a day and a half without problems in the car, managing to complete the whole run plan and doing plenty of laps is a good start, especially here in Barcelona. So happy to do all the laps that I've done.
The latest buzzword to emerge from the paddock is porpoising, meaning a car that rocks back and forth at high speed, just like the sea mammal, something that appears to be affecting a few teams. It's a phenomenon F1 last experienced over 40 years ago, during the first ground effect era, and one that clearly isn't very welcome.
The physics behind, oscillations or porpoising is pretty understood really, but at the end of the day you've got a large aero surface. You've got to control that. It works particularly well when it's close to the ground, but with that comes risk that if you haven't got those surfaces behaving in the way you want, you can have an unintended variation in downforce, which leads to porpoising or vibration or an instability.
Solving the problem will require teams to come up with some clever adaptations to floor design. Drivers up and down the pit lane reported damage caused by the bouncing following the first day of running, and it appeared some had already installed interim versions for Day 2. And of course, in the top secret world of Formula One, teams were very adept at placing engineers strategically in front of their cars to block eagle-eyed photographers from sharing their secrets. With core reliability established and 8 out of the 10 teams surpassing a century of laps on Day 1, the engineers were turning their attention to tyres. 2022 sees the introduction of 18-inch low-profile Pirellis, so all the teams will have to get their heads around not only the change in diameter and how that affects airflow, but also the new rules governing tyre warming, with heating blankets now capped at 70 degrees Celsius. The first red flag of the season fell to Red Bull's Sergio Perez. The Mexican had been on a good run in the morning, but his RB18 ground to a halt in Sector 2 as lunchtime approached. Red Bull reported a gearbox issue that also limited his running in the afternoon, while the team investigated the problem. But he got back out for the final 90 minutes to complete 78 laps overall.
It's early days, it's good that these things happen in testing, so I think with what we had, we did get some good learning, so pleased with that.
Nikita Mazepin's Haas caused a second stoppage too, coming to a halt on track due to a damaged fuel pump. But the team had a much better day overall, with Mazepin completing 42 laps and Mick Schumacher 66. It was another strong showing from Ferrari, the Scuderia again clocking up the miles. A brief spin for Charles Leclerc, who took the wheel for the afternoon session, didn't seem to dampen confidence as he went on to post the fastest time. A late run further improved his grip at the top of the timesheets, clocking a 1:19.689, just 1/10 shy of Lando Norris's quickest time for McLaren on Day 1. Once again, Ferrari led the way on mileage, completing 150 laps, almost 2.5 race distances. They were closely followed by AlphaTauri on 147, Pierre Gasly pounding around the 4.6-kilometre circuit, with many suggesting that they are a team to keep an eye on.
I must say I was super excited, especially with this new car, just to understand a bit more how it works and have a sort of idea how my feelings will be inside this new car, and it's been really good. It's been really positive, straight out of the box.
Aston Martin hit 129 laps, with McLaren on their tails. Daniel Ricciardo getting his first full day in the MCL 36 and topping the morning session, the Australian completing 126 laps and feeling confident.
Don't look too much at the times, but of course it's nice to be towards the top of the page and the bottom, but in any case still, your Red Bulls, your Mercs, they haven't showed really anything yet, so we'll see what happens when everyone kind of opens up a little more.
Alpine's Esteban Ocon got his first taste of the new A522, working on setup options in the morning and running a full race simulation in the afternoon. Their progress only momentarily halted by a broken floor bracket. Aston Martin's Lance Stroll and Sebastian Vettel shared 600 kilometres between them, while overnight repairs on the Alfa Romeo took slightly longer than planned, and Valtteri Bottas emerged on the track late, clocking a total of just 21 laps, 2 fewer than he managed on day one. But his teammate Zhou Guanyu had much better fortune, taking to the circuit for the first time and getting some decent runs under his belt. 71 laps on his debut for China's first F1 driver. There's one more day of running left before the teams depart from Spain and prepare to head to Bahrain for the official pre-season test in 2 weeks' time.